April 15, 1969 marked one of the deadliest days for the United States in post-war Asia. The shootdown of a U.S. Air Force reconnaissance aircraft off the coast of North Korea was unprovoked and cost the lives of 13 Americans. Despite stern calls from Congress to avenge the deaths of the American servicemen, President Richard M. Nixon ultimately decided to avoid retaliation, lest he start a second Korean War. Although Nixon never acted on them, he had a range of military options should his administration have decided to strike. On the morning of April 15, a U.S. Air Force CC-121M Warning Star aircraft, a precursor to today's E-3 Century AWACS, took off from Atsugi, Japan bound for coast of North Korea. The aircraft, call sign Deep Sea-129. The EC-121M flew in a clockwise ellipse over the Sea of Japan, collecting North Korean signals intelligence for analysis later. North Korean troops had conducted numerous cross-border raids and shootings against South Korean and American troops, and U.S. forces needed to know ahead of time if North Korea was planning a surprise attack. Recommended report: U.S. Army is now week 5.5 hours into the mission. U.S. radars in Korea detected 2 North Korean People's Air Force MiG-17 Fresco fighters taking off from their airbase. After losing them on radar, U.S. forces reacquired them and realized they were on an intercept course against Deep Sea-129. The converted American civilian transport, with 13 Navy and Marine Corps personnel on board, disappeared from radar shortly afterward. Soviet and American warships sent into the area to assist with the search would turn up 2 bodies and pieces of aircraft debris. Recommended Russia's battle cruisers could be a super weapon. The reaction from Congress was fierce. There can be only one answer for America: retaliation, 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 thundered the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, Representative L. Mendel Rivers. Rivers demanded whatever is necessary. If nuclear weapons are required, let them have it. It's time to give them what they ask for. A number of tough military options of varying severity were drawn up by the Pentagon and presented to the President and his National Security Council. Recommended: a hypersonic arms race is coming. One of the options available to the White House was to attack military airfields in North Korea, with the goal of disrupting Pyongyang's military posture and impose a penalty on the North Korean leadership for shooting down the U.S. aircraft. 4 aircraft carriers, Enterprise, Kitty Hawk, Ranger, and Hornet, were available with 48 to 72 hours advance warning, as well as tactical aircraft from Okinawa, mainland Japan, South Korea and Guam. Among the many airstrike proposals, Wonsan Air Base was a consistent target, suggesting that the MiGs that shot down Deep Sea-129 were based there. Another retaliatory option, codenamed Fractured Pine, involved U.S. Navy cruisers armed with Talos surface-to-air missiles. 2 cruisers would take up positions off the coast of North Korea within the vicinity of Wonsan and Sadangni military airfields and shoot down any North Korean aircraft taking off from them. The Talos had, in the past, been used to shoot down North Vietnamese aircraft, with 6 missiles claiming 2 of Hanoi's fighters. The cruisers, along with their escorting destroyers, would close with the North Korean coastline at night and prepare to shoot down any fighters taking off from the bases in the early morning hours. Although the option was considered low risk, planners assessed it would cause North Korea to retaliate in unpredictable ways. One of the most striking military options was the use of B-52 bombers in a retaliatory strike against North Korean military targets. 12 to 24 B-52 bombers based at Guam and typically directed against North Vietnamese targets would fly a low-level nighttime mission against targets in North Korea. Each would carry 108 bombs, presumably for the 100-pound Mk-82 conventional high-explosive bombs. The bombers would be refueled by tankers based on Okinawa and would take 6 hours to reach their target. The paper noted that the presence of B-52 bombers near the Soviet border might cause an adverse reaction. Pages